mess that up any further, this is Joe Cocker's version of The Letter, an old 60s song by, I think, the Box Tops or something like that. Anyway, I just learned it because it's a great song, but somebody had requested it, so I thought I'd check it out. Yeah, Joe Cocker's famous for this kind of like doing a cover and making it better, you know, in my opinion anyways. Just kind of showing you another way of playing it, putting that soul into it, you know, using the chord progression, putting your own arrangement to it, which is great, and I'm kind of doing my own thing to this as well, right? So it gives you that freedom to mess around with it. Okay, so it's got a B-flat bouncing bass with the octaves here. Okay, it's just B-flat notes, low, high, low, high. And then we throw in these fourths for the riff. Alright, so it's A-flat and a D-flat. You want to play it with your pointer and your ring finger. So that you can come down here and play the F and B-flat with your thumb and middle. Like that. And then, again, E-flat, A-flat with your thumb and pointer. For 2 hits on that. Back to the same fingering on the second one. Alright, so see if that works for you. Some nice syncopation there with the octave. You just want to kind of forget about this, and the bass, that is, and just worry about the riff. Very percussive. That's that, and then it gets into the verse, so you kind of want to break the dynamics down. Give me a ticket for an airplane. Alright, so what we have here is just the same kind of idea. You can do the same thing, you can play, or you can just hang on that one, the A-flat and D-flat with the bass. Sometimes I'll throw in that F. Right, and then so it goes down to a G-flat bass, same rhythm, just low-high with the octaves. It's going like that. Alright, so. And I like to hit just a quick little chord, that'd be the G-flat 7, the rest of it. That's B-flat E. Quick hit on that, and then he comes up here and plays this riff. This is like Leon Russell's riff. Alright, and all that is, we have a constant B-flat note with our pinky, and we do this little trip off of the E to E-flat. You know, it's kind of like a hammer-on because you're using your middle finger and just going like that, little pull-off down on the E-flat. Then it's just back and forth between the E-flat and D-flat, playing the B-flat for every note, for every hit. Alright, so then you come down here and play the B-flat octave, and now we're going to lay off that high B-flat and play A-flat octaves, and come back up for that B-flat. Alright, now once we hit that B-flat for the second time, we're back to the B-flat bass. Alright, so here's the first little bit. Alright, then you gotta quickly come right back down here. So now, the second chord goes up to an E-flat chord. E-flat 7. Alright, and I think I did like a little walk-up, just being spontaneous. Don't know if it sounded good, but if you liked it, you know, just walking up C, D-flat, D to the E-flat octave for that, alright? And I just did like a little blues riff, you know, well, I'll give you what he plays, it's just that same kind of idea, just playing full octaves. The reason I don't play it is because of the next part that comes is really hard to jump back down to it. So I just add my own thing here, but he goes, yeah, E, E-flat, D-flat, B-flat, A-flat, back to the B-flat. Same kind of idea with the riff there, the second one. What I play is F, G, D flat, and then I move that down to an E flat, C, then D flat, B flat. You can kind of ring that out, you know. You know, whatever you want to do, but those are the options. And of course, you can come up with your own little thing for it too. And then what happens is he goes like this. So we're back to the fourth riff. But let me give you the chords, what he plays, or what the actual chords are, and then I'll give you the riff that he plays. So it's basically that. We've got a B minor, B flat minor. So B flat octaves, F, B flat, D flat, F. Then we move that B flat down to an A flat, and the bass goes down to an A flat. That makes it, I guess, a D flat chord with an A flat in the bass. Right? And then we move that down to a G, so G bass, and G, B flat, D flat, F. It's kind of like a G diminished 7 or something. And then you move your thumb down to a G flat, and you keep playing that F, so that kind of has a G flat major 7 sound, right? G flat, B flat, D flat, F. And then again, move that down to an F, and we have an F7 chord, F, A, C, E flat, F. However, he goes, so he starts with the F, B flat one, and he just goes back and forth between the A flat, D flat, and that one, like that. All the while doing the bouncy thing with the bass. Alright, so then A flat for our bass, and we're going to go. So it's just 2 hits with that F, B flat, right up to the A flat, D flat. So and then it's, so you just take that A flat and move it to the G. So we're basically just, you know, breaking up the chords, playing, you know, a little bit of a rhythm to it. And then we take the G's, move that to the G flat. We've got the G flat and D flat now. And sometimes I like to go kind of flirt with that F note. And now it's F octaves in both hands, down here and up here. Heavy on the damper pedal with this rhythm. Okay, so my baby, she wrote me a letter. And so you're building it up, and then you kind of pause, right? And then it comes into these hits. And all this is a B minor, B flat minor, D flat, E flat major. I'll show you how I play that. So I'm just going the bass, single note bass line. For the chord, I'm playing the B flat, D flat, F with this fingering, so thumb, pointer, middle. Then I'm playing the D flat with just my pointer and my middle finger, so not really having to move at all, just laying off that B flat. So D flat, F. Then the E flat chord, I'm playing E flat, G with my pointer and ring finger, so it's easier to go back and forth. But even that can be kind of tricky, because you got to lay off 2 sets of fingers and play the other set. So I would just practice that, getting your fingers used to doing that movement, right? So that's the riff. I play that for the first one. For the second one, I like to change it up and play the other half of that chord. You don't have to do that, but I'm just playing the F and A flat of the D flat chord, right? So the higher part of it. And same thing here for the E flat, back and forth between those two, and then finally landing on the F and A flat at the end there. Also, another tricky part. Alright, so then everything just repeats, and then, you know, the second time the drum beat, it's got the funky drum beat in there, so I like to emulate that. By you know, adapting the bass line to it. So I'm just playing longer notes at first, and then quicker. So it's the B flat, then B flat octave, and then so that's low, high, and then I'll play the higher one to start the quicker part. So, right, so same thing on the G flat, and then with the chords, I'm just kind of same thing, just being a little bit more sparse with it, a little bit funkier, just those little stabs in there. And you can add all the riffs, you know. And then, so it just repeats the same progression. Goes up to the E flat 7. And now, it's going to go and do the same thing again with this. You can play the chords this time if you want. Play them up higher maybe. And this all repeats. Oops. Now we get into the chorus. So you notice how this riff, it ends on the D flat chord. And the chorus begins with that chord as well. So it kind of just falls into place. So it starts with the D flat chord. That's D flat octaves in the bass, D flat, F, A flat. You can play whatever inversion you want. I like that one. You can add the A flat if you like. And I also like to do like a you know, trip off that 2, the E flat to F sometimes. Then it goes to an A flat chord, that's A flat octaves in the bass, C, E flat, A flat chord. Down to a G flat chord, but I like to play that 6. So I like to play G flat 6. It sounds more gospel to me. So that's B flat, E flat, G flat, B flat. Then it goes back to the D flat chord, same one as before. And then back to the A flat chord, same one. And we can kind of embellish a little bit, you know, add a little bit more soul to it. So like I said, doing that little hammer on off of the 2 of the D flat chord. Kind of mess with this, breaking up the chord. Got that 6th chord, we can go, you know, just do a little bit of a riff off of that maybe, because we've got, let's see, come up here and do the trip off the 2 for the G flat chord, which would be A flat and D flat together, and you're hammering on that B flat, right? And then maybe like a little kind of idea like the other riffs, where we're kind of pulling off of that E to the E flat, then down to the D flat with a constant A flat this time. So, right, stuff like that you can mess around with. And I'm just kind of playing with that B flat before I take that D flat and move it down to a C, right, for our A flat chord, and then that kind of hangs on that for a while. And, And so I was just kind of messing with the chord there, just going up to a B flat F, I'm sorry, D flat F, B flat, and then the A flat 7, which is E flat, G flat, C, just an inversion of that. And then they have a bass line, I like to play that sometimes. It's kind of a nice little movement, a little tricky, you gotta play it down low. So it's just A flat, B flat, back to A flat, B, back to A flat again, C, back to A flat, up to our D flat. And that kind of starts the progression over again. So, and the horns kind of do this melody thing, you know, you can throw that in there too. I play a constant A flat for that, and then it's just, I kind of do the trip into the F, and so it's F, A flat, D flat, C. And then forgot to do the, so you can kind of listen to the song and throw in all those ideas that you learn here, and again, make it your own as much as you can. So you use what you got. You know, if you got any riffs in B flat minor, throw them in there because it's perfect for it's a perfect platform to mess around with. So that's basically the song, believe it or not. You know, it just goes into a solo, which works off of the verse chords. So you got your B flat minor to the G flat 7, back to this, and then up to the thing, you know. And feel free to, like I said, do what you want with this. And yeah, that's about it. All right, listen to the track and then kind of compare notes. All right, hope you have a good time.